Hi guys, welcome to another deck guide. Today I will showcase you a viable Aphelios deck featuring a very insane follower that is newly added to the game. But before that, please subscribe to the channel because 91.4% of viewers are not yet subscribed. Also, I made a video yesterday about the full in-depth guide of playing Viego Nexus. If you want to learn that deck, which is very good if you are serious in climbing, check out the video after this one. Today's video is about Zoe Aphelios Vi, also popular with the term Rubin Pile. This deck is secretly performing in ladder and I am here to explain how it works. Rubin Pile is a popular term in the community derived from Steve Rubin. He is one of the developers and he used to be a rank 1 master using Targon PNZ piles of cards. Then the community started calling any PNZ Targon decks Rubin Pile. This deck is no exemption to that. Now that you are familiar with the term, I will explain how this specific Rubin Pile works. The general premise of the deck is a swarm deck that will be winning through the use of Winding Light. With that being said, it has a lot of swarm potential in the form of Zonite Urchin plus Flame Chompers combo or Swamp Dredgers plus Flame Chompers combo. You can also execute a wide board by Poro Cannon plus Flame Chompers or Aphelios plus Crescendum. There are various ways on having a lot of units to have a full value with Winding Light. Many decks clicks the surrender button when they saw Winding Light either on turn 6 or 7, so the deck is really surprisingly effective when it comes to surprising opponent with a lot of damage. How can you drop the Winding Light on turn 6 if the card is level 7? The answer to that is by using Dusk Pedal Dusk that you get from Lunari Duskbringer. If that is not yet enough, you can finish your opponent with burn using Mystic Shot or Get Excited. So for champions, I will explain the functions of the 3 champions in the deck. First is Aphelios. It is very flexible. It has 5 weapons but the most used in this deck is Crescendum to get a 2-drop that will be used to swarm the board. Then you can face with Calibrum so that you can remove a follower from opponent. Depending on the situation, you can either face for Severum or Gravitum. You will face Severum if you want lifesteal and Gravitum if you want stun. Gravitum stuns an opponent. If you stun a follower, it will be stunned for 2 consecutive turns. Deciding to face with Severum means you need Nexus HP because again it gives you lifesteal. That is why it works really well with Infernum that gives your unit overwhelm. By having lifesteal and overwhelm, opponent will have a hard time preventing a lifesteal unless they kill the unit that has the lifesteal and overwhelm stats. Zoe is very good herself. Flip Zoe could be a terror from opponent and it is not hard to do that in this deck because of how cheap our units are. We also get a free super cool star chant that can be used in another discard fodder in the early game. Vi is one of in the deck. It is added because it can grow its stats up to 10 and 10 power is good with overwhelm keyword. Sometimes if the threat is big, you can use Vi to challenge that. For example, Shellfox or other important champions like Bard or Garen. So anything, any big units can be removed by Vi. Also, Viego can be traded with Vi. So now let's identify the strengths and weaknesses of the deck. The strengths of this deck is number 1, it is very aggressive and swarmy that can surprise the opponent in the early game. You have challengers to remove blockers from opponents, so the deck is good against decks that doesn't do much in the early game because when the time that they will try to execute their game plan in the mid game, they are inside burn range, which is lethal. Number 2, the deck can play slow if it needs to be. Due to the insane amount of values that we have with Aphelios and Feros Financier, if the game requires us to play slowly in order to win, we can win because of the value our deck possesses. Number 3, it has decent amount of draws with tempo. Zonite Urchin plus Flame Champers and some Dredgers plus Flame Champers are very good tempo play. So you get unit on the field and you get a card in your hand. Number 4, it has good amount of removal. The deck has removals like Calibru, Mystic Shot, and Get Excited. And also, as previously mentioned, Vi. Number 5, the deck is strong against aggressive Swarm deck. The deck composition consists of a lot of cheap units that can contest the board against aggro Swarm decks. We also have Severum for lifesteal. So if this Severum connects, that would be insanely swing the game in favor of us because aggro decks have limited amount of draw to get their much needed burn. So if we get lifesteal from an aggro deck, pretty much we are heavily favored in taking that game. So for the weakness of the deck, number 1, it's Thralls. We can compete with board full of Thralls on turn 6 or 7 because at that point, opponent has wide board full of Trolls while we have, let's say, a wide board full of units plus Winding Light. Units will look like infants when compared to Thralls. Number 2, it falls to decks that has hard removals like Ruination or Burden Ice. Even Avalanche and Blighted Ravine or Withering Whales can sometimes be enough to destroy us. Number 3, it is hard to match up to decks that has bigger stats like bigger Damasha decks or Bard decks. Because of the same reason, we are having a hard time against Thralls. Because if the opponent has a lot of stats, it is hard to deal overwhelm damage to opponent because that would be few damage since they have high HP. The units have high HP. And the last weakness is Quicksand. Quicksand removes our winning keywords like Elusive and Overwhelm. So for Mulligan, in any matchup, look for Zonite Urchin and Flame Champers because it will be a very good early start. You get 2 units from the field and you draw a card, so that would be the ideal setup. For aggressive matchup, look for your 1-drops to have enough blockers to stabilize in the early game. Cards like Lunari, Dusk's Bringer are very good, and also Zonite Urchin, Flame Champers, and the 3-1 Boom Baboon. Also Zoe is also good. For mid-range matchup, you can look for same cards. And if you already have them, looking for Aphelios doesn't hurt you because Aphelios in mid-range is very good because of its flexibility, and depending on the situation, the moon weapon that we need can be enough to be an answer to opponent. For control matchup, look, you can have the same cards as usual. But if ever you get Winding Light and you already have the needed early units on the field, you can keep the Winding Light. So when do we keep Zoe? Zoe is kept when we are sure that the opponent doesn't have removals for Zoe. Cards like Vile Feast, Thermogenic Beam, and Mystic Shot. If you think that the opponent have those cards and you'll feel that your Zoe is not safe, you can mulligan away Zoe and look for other unit. So how are we going to play the deck? So this is the ideal setup. For early game, the ideal is attacking with wide board. If the opponent has blockers, use Flame Champers to challenge the blocker so that your unblocked unit can deal damage to opponent. For mid game, dropping Aphelios and facing accordingly depending on the situation. The most common play is going for Crescendum. You'll get a unit. Face to Calibrum, you'll remove a unit. So that's a very good tempo play. You'll gain board advantage with that play. For the late game, dropping the Winding Light is what the deck really needs to do with a wide board. So that would be game winning. If that is not yet enough, you can go face with Get Excited or Mystic Shot to close out the game. to finish the deck guide, I will reiterate all the potential win conditions of the deck. So number 1 is whiteboard plus winding light. This is the main win condition of the deck. Number 2 is if that's not enough, you finish it up with burn spells like Get Excited and Mystic Shot. We also have sometimes we'll get cards that are dealing damage to opponent through are different value cards. So let's say for example, we can get Ignition from the Crescendum of Ballistic Bot. We can also get we can also get Shock Blast from Ferrous Financier and also True Shot Barrage. So those damage, if kept properly, can be used to close out opponent. So number 3 potential win condition is Flipping Zoe. Flipping Zoe and having a whiteboard full of elusives by dropping Daring Poro is also a lethal angle that we can work into. Number 4, it is making Flipped Vi Overwhelm. Though this is not common, it is still a winning play. The level 1 Vi with Overwhelm still deals a lot of damage, but if it is level 2 with Overwhelm, it is clearly lethal to opponent unless they have answers for our Vi. So to showcase how the deck works, I have example gameplay. We're currently in Diamond rank alongside all the former masters in the previous season. It's very bad to keep Zoe because it easily dies to Vilefist. Okay. We have a lot of burn on our hand. Okay, we take deal 2 damage. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minus 18, 11. Disregarding health, opponent is now at 11 HP. We just reserve everything that we have. Vilefist block. Okay, we'll be dealing 5 more. 5 more. I like that. Okay, this connects. Okay, how many do we need?
Never play fair.
How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So we only need to deal 3 more damage. Opponent will use the Blade's Edge. Oh, he did not use it. I'll take the attack with the Katarina. Drop the Boom Boom. Okay. I'll block this one. Maybe. Okay, I'll block this one. I use Gem to heal the Mountain Goat so that it will not be vulnerable to Vilefist. Put the goat, 1 gem, and I think we can do all the tricks here. We can drop a lot of units. This deck doesn't. I think this deck does not have. Do we call that? The deck does not have Withering Wail, as far as I remember. So we can put all our eggs on our. We can put all our eggs in one basket, which is the next turn, the next open attack. So, okay, let's attack with this. If we will not open attack yet, he can drop Kamaboran Soldier. He'll get 2 blockers, or he can drop Viego or do some shit. Let's open attack. It's down to 7. With our current hand state, we can kill him with burn. Okay. Let's start dealing burn damage to opponent.
should be.
I'll take this one. Yeah, I'll take this one. Okay. Let's do get excited. So that next turn, if we start with Mystic Shot, he goes for a heal. We can chain it with another Mystic Shot before opponent heals, so that we can win the game. Okay. Those are some nuances that only burn player can identify. Okay, let's start with this.
We will resist.
Okay, let's start with this. Opponent goes for heal, shoot it with another Mystic Shot. Okay. I like that. Another one. Odinson. Playing Viego Akshan. What is this? It seems new. We can keep Zoe or not? No. We will not keep Zoe because opponent has Wild Beast.
A little further. Bingo. We were peaceful once.
Okay. If we drop Goat, there's a chance we can deal 3 damage or 2 damage to opponent. We'll get a free gem. So Goat is a good develop here. Okay, let's attack.
Inari, rise. Got a lizard and a shovel.
File. Okay. That's fine.
We will be free. First relic.
Curse relics. We don't have any Mystic Shot. Gem. Let's discard the gem. I usually keep Dusk Pedal Dust. I am not discarding it mindlessly. The reason why I am doing that is because sometimes we can use Dusk Petal Dusk on turn 6. If we have the attack tokens on even, then we can drop the Winding Light. Or we can easily use Dusk Petal Dust to Aphelios if we don't have any trigger. Let's take that. Okay. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. We'll be dealing a lot of damage here if opponent doesn't have Kamavaran Soldier. Okay, let's try. While 1, some damage will still connect.
Look what good comes of mortal greed.
Oh. Okay, I think dealing the damage here is fine. He was forced to use Bakay Sun Spinner. He has 1 less Bakay Sun Spinner for our Aphelios, which is a good thing, I think.
Foolish.
Okay? He even targeted the same unit. Okay, 5. Wow, nice pass. We can start with Baboon. Baboon? I think Baboon. Viego.
Will know my anguish.
Can go for Aphelios here. Aphelios stun. Calibrum or stun.
Find peace in the quiet, Fel.
Calibrum
It's
first.
just us. Embrace the night, Aphelios.
Fall to pieces.
Okay. Okay. He did what?
Command you.
Okay, so next turn we will open Calibrum and then stun. Open Calibrum here. Stun. Stun the 5-2, I think. Okay. He's spending mana. I like that. I like that he is spending mana. Okay. Okay. Some treasure. I predicted that he will go for that. Then stand this one. Crescendo. Glimpse. Okay.
Doubt weighs heavy on their minds. Believe, Aphelios.
8 damage. $14.
The darkness like hunger only grows. I command you. All will be consumed by the frost mist.
So he will be targeting some dredger. Calibrum. Severo.
Crescendo.
Wow, I like the free. Okay. Let's start with ignition. I think there is an angle here that we can go for.
Gently.
Treasure
gently.
seeker. Let's Go Mystic Shot. Will Severum the Poro, the Daring Poro. Okay, he's looking for something.
Surrender to me.
Severum, one of the Daring Poros.
Our path is fixed. Now, we must walk it.
Graviton. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
From darkness, light.
3+1. Daring Poro. Graviton. Okay. So he is representing okay. On that note, let's stun the 7-6. Opponent is representing the Quicksand. Inferno. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Daring Poro or Pale Cascade. So we have exact lethal if opponent does not have the
Moonlight has illuminated
the
their
Quicksand.
faith, Aphelios.
If he ever taps out, that's our signal. That will be our go button. So this 3 mana is representing either Vile Fist or Quicksand.
Declare your ways fell.
Opponent will pass, I think. But if he ever taps out, that would be the win for us. Okay, let's attack. Let's go for the winning play. Okay, YOLO, YOLO. YOLO, YOLO. YOLO. You're making me nervous. GG. Okay.
Rest now, Fel. Feel the moonlight's